Good morning, everyone. I saw that Mary wasn't planning to come on this morning, and I thought I would just come on and work on three little art pieces. I have pulled three of my thrifted frames out, and I thought I might do mixed media pieces of art that could go in the gifting box for anybody that might like a piece of my art. And hi, Melanie. So I cleaned the frames up with the Dollar Tree greatest window cleaner, and I have measured everything. So I have 4x4, a 3.5x5, and a 4x6. So we're just going to do some mixed media art on these, and I've pulled all the supplies here together. Hang on. I've got black and white paint. I've got paint brushes, something to stick the paint in, glue tape, and I'm going to set the frames aside because we're not going to need those. And I'll kind of show you what I'm aiming for. I just found this pack, so I'm going to limit myself to start with what's in this pack of papers and napkins. I don't know what all's in there. We're going to look at that in a minute. But this is my own collage sheet, and I did this up. It's got die cuts. It's got my own stamps, that kind of thing on it, an image that I found. And then I took it to my scanner and printed it off. So I made my own scrapbook paper. And I don't know whose technique this was, but Anne told me about it, where you can make your own collage paper and then make copies of it. If you don't have a copier that works, you can always go to the library and have copies and print them off. So we're going to do something like this, and I will include the original art in the frames, but I will make some copies of them as well. So that's the plan. I'm going to just set that aside. I may pull other papers out. I also, because it is Carved December, I just pulled out my hand carved stamps, and I've got two different sized people. I love the little guy. The little guy is great for small pieces. We did a pumpkin together. I'm not going to do the ones that somebody else made, like Mary made me a gnome, but I have a pumpkin. I have this interesting star shape. I made my own postal code. I made a petal, a single petal. This is made with craft foam, and you just draw a basic shape and then break it down into elements and then trace it out on the thin foam, and then cut them out and leave a space in between. And that's how I came up with that baby. And it's just glued on a piece of cardboard, and I use paint with this one. I've never tried doing it with the stamps. And this was just a little like goddess type carving. Let's see, what else do I have in here? So that petal, I can make flowers like that, or I could turn it the other way and make flowers like that. So we might do that. This was just some leaves. Here's a little vine that I did, and a mushroom. I tried to do Aunt Beck's Creations, but it doesn't stamp out very good. I have a little bow that I did. I did this bird. It's kind of big for what I'm doing today. I did art and create. And then I've got a goddess circle. I thought I had another little goddess stamp, but I don't see it. I got just some 3 little dots and a funny star. So these are kind of big for what I'm doing today, and it's really not pumpkin-y time right now. And so we will leave out, I want to leave out the 2 people and the nature stuff. I want to put the postage thing back. And I'll put that one back. I might do that. All right, so those are just random shapes. So I'll put those out. So we've got the 3 different things I want to do. The 3 different sizes, 4x4, 3.5 by 5, and the 4x6. And I might do these, I might change their orientation. Hi, KMD, and Vicky's here, and Safia, and Melanie, and Teresa. So let's just pull these out, see what's in this package of paper to start us off. I just thought this looked like it would kind of all go together, or a lot of it would. And somebody else made this paper. Safi, I think this might be some of your stuff that you had sent me. Or I could be wrong. It could be Peg. It could be, I don't know who else has sent me stuff. But I know you sent me paper and Peg has sent me paper. I got a flower napkin. The gold, that makes a nice accent on a piece. That's why I held on to those little bits of napkin. I'm going to set the napkin aside for right this minute. And we got some tissue that we could stamp our images on. And then just some plain napkin. I could stamp on that as well. And that's the flowers that was on there. And then I've got, I think this was residual stuff from paper I bought from Jacqueline. And this is a stencil. I think Peg sent that to me. Not sure. Once it gets into my stuff, it's hard to remember who sent me what. All right, so we just got some different papers. This one I could cut words out of. Might save that aside to cut words. Let's just peek at these papers so I know what I've got. Some of it's scrapbook paper and some of it's feels like it was done on the gel plate. All right. Okay, this is cool. I'll set this napkin aside. All right. I'm going to start with my smallest piece first. Why did they change our names? It's Kathy. I don't know. It's something YouTube's doing. And hi, Kathy D. I don't know why they're doing that. I think you can change it back to what you want it to be, but you have to go in your settings. I think they like to just try to mix things up to just tick us off sometimes. I'm sorry, I've got to blow my nose. Oh. I've just been outside and it's 26 degrees out there. Yeah, it was cold. I really like this dark piece. Let's grab a piece of that. Okay, there's that. I really kind of like that. I have some small images from a magazine type thing. Let me grab those that I was using for my what's it called, the little journals that Anne was giving out. I have some of those. All right, so let's, apparently I like to have a lot of glue in here too. So we need something kind of bluish to go with this. Let's see. Stop, Howard, please. I like these ladies. These were in a magazine. That one looks like she's been beheaded. Kind of like either that one or this gal here. I actually like the other one better. I got some little flowers that we could stick on here. And you just build up with whatever you have. It's a little mushroom. I like the white flower. Just looking to see what I've got here. What I could do is I'll just move her up a little bit, and I'm just going to dump this out and go through it real quick and see what we can find that's in our color schemes. If I can get it to all come out of there. There's a lot of static with this cold air. That's just a pretty mountainside. Kind of like the butterfly. Oh, we got different butterflies. Let's hold the butterflies out. So what's everybody else doing this morning? Anything interesting? Of course, it's not morning with some of you folks. Hi, Helen. That's kind of pretty with the yellow. We'll just grab things that appeal to me. I like the mushroom. Let's see here. That's a penguin with some beluga whales. I like that stamp. And there's a butterfly. Not feeling cheruby this morning. I don't think we need to put inside the hive on it. This is kind of cool. We might could reuse this tape that's on here. I wanted to stamp out some of my own stamp things too. That's one of my watercolor birds. It's not right. I so want to do a page with this and put a different head on it. That's why it's in there. That's kind of cool looking. I like Secret Gardens. A perfect cozy retreat. I did it. No friendship is an accident. That could go with the cozy retreat, the kitty cat. This one says do good and celebrate. There's flower power. Oh, that's pretty. Cat's gonna cat. Yes, yes they are. There's a dream. Enjoy today. It's a potted plant. Oh, this is pretty. Get me a combination of things going there. I like the unity. We sure could use some of that, couldn't we? Get the cottage feel. Get a clue. All right. Oh, that's blue. I like these little stickers. So I'm just setting them aside. Whether we use them or not, that'll be another story entirely. Because I just want to create these little collages, and then I'll make copies to put in my own journal. There's another mushroom. I got a lot of these really pretty stickers. There's another mushroom. A little flower. I like her. We've got some little people here. And I probably have enough there to play with, but you know, why stop now? We might as well look through it all while we're here. And so I keep my my smaller images separate. I do like these ladies from the bigger images for like artist trading cards and things. There's another cat, got a cat. I got lots of dogs too, but let's see here. Well, my in-laws have arrived from Tennessee to stay with Scott's mom this week. Oh, there's a cottage gate. Love that. This will just give me a bunch of stuff to pull from. They didn't come Sunday as they had planned to because they were afraid their pipes were going to freeze at their cabin in Tennessee. So they waited until yesterday to come. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now. That little sheep is cute. She's knitting. So I think we've got probably enough. I do like her too. And we will put this together. That's kind of cool looking. All right, I'm going to pick this up. So I should be able to come up with some collages using this here. So pull this back up to the top. All right. I do like this lady on here. And there was another white flower. Hello, Maria. I like the do good. Pull the trash can closer. I got to remember it has to fit within the 4 inches because it's got to go back in the frames. Let's see, what else do we have here? It always takes me so long to figure out what I want to put together, you know? It doesn't have to be rocket science. Come on, Becky. You don't have to get all like get a clue. Yeah, the cottage feel needs to go with that garden picture. Just looking to see. I did it. What did you do? I like this think, wonder, wonder, think. And I could divide that up. All right. I'm going to commit to something here. We're going to commit. Let's see, I've got an old magazine, an AARP magazine. It works perfect for gluing things so you don't get, I still get glue everywhere. So okay, I'm gonna put this like so. And then we want this here. I was flipping through some shorts this morning and it landed on this man that has this owl that lives in his yard. And the owl was just chattering away like they do sometimes. And the cats all went on alert, like, where's that effing owl? I don't want to get dragged off. And they were all going down low and they all took off. I was like, I'm sorry, babies. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. They do not like owls. I think it was from their days when they lived in the wild. Howard, not a good time, dude. Go lay down in the basket. I didn't get a little bit of glue here. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I just know everybody was complaining that they changed the usernames again. I'm sure they think it's for our own good. I find it very annoying. What did they call me when I typed in earlier? Let me look. Probably can't get it. It just says at Aunt Beck's Creations. That's weird. I'll have to go look into my settings when I get off from here. Oh, I forgot to put this little guy underneath there. Well, we'll put it on top. Oh, and I wanted the flower to go in too. I'm not paying attention very good. Let's see if I can get the backing off the sticker. That's always a thing with these clear ones. But if you take a pokey tool and you pull it from the back side, not from the front, so you're pulling the plastic away from the sticker instead of the sticker away from the plastic. Sometimes it works. I think I got it. Don't curl on yourself and stick now. And close that up. All right. I put her down here and line her up with the corner of that square. Then the think and wonder. I wonder if I can get it. Maybe put think and wonder and then wonder and think down here. It's not very straight, is it? This is where I like to have refills for my little Xyron, because I can just run that through that little X and then it's been made into a sticker. Yeah. I think when they do stuff like that, they should ask us, you know, we're going for this look now. Are you okay with that? Or do you want to remain the same? That would be nice. Right? All right, here we go. That one only took me longer than I thought it was going to. I was thinking, you know, 10 minutes to each frame and I'd be done. We'll set this one aside to dry and then we'll pull out another one. And I didn't add any stamping or anything to this one. And I'm not going to put it in the frame until I've had a chance to make a copy of it or two. I was thinking I could fit them so they would all fit on within an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And then I could just print them off. All right, so there's my first one. Just trying to make sure I don't have any extra glue. But so you can do your own little collages. So we'll set that one aside and then we'll pull out the next one here and do the same thing. Do it all over again. Let's do this one. And I'm using watercolor paint. So I did pull out some black and white paint where I could make marks. I am so sorry, but I didn't make any marks on that one, and I'm not going to. Each one will be different. They're not going to look like they go together. Really like the no friendship is an accident, but Secret Gardens. Back up. Need a background. I could almost do that whole thing in that. Let's see. Do we have anything that's got a little bit of green in it? Thinking. Sorry, I go quiet when I start thinking. The little thing I just did, I've got mints in my drawer. I'm gonna put a mint in my mouth. So you'll hear me have a candy in my mouth, but my throat won't go all weird on you. So we'll see. Ooh, I like the dragonflies. Got butterflies, dragonflies, mushrooms. Got some more flowers. have yellow in them. Or is that too much yellow? If I can get into this mint. And I got a yellow butterfly here. Let's see. Okay, it's impossible to get into this mint. You want to see a stoic cat? Good morning. Just look at him. He's like not real pleased with me. He wants to get right in front of me and be loved on. That's what he wants. All right. These are diabetic mints. They won't let you into them. So there we go. Anyway. He's upset with me. Have this little stencil. I think it's supposed to be a plant. I think Piper wants to come in from the bonus room. I think I hear her digging on the door. And she just made it sound louder, so I'm pretty sure she heard her name. Morning, Piper. Hi, Kelly. All right. I'm going to glue this one together. We're going to we're just going to do it. Okay. Yell at you. Oh, they yell at you. The only cat that talks in our house is Cole, the a-hole. And he usually only talks when he's sick of me trying to give him affection. He does these weird sounds at me, and it's like he spits. It's like, and then he'll make a spit sound. And I'm like, fine, no more affection for you. And he just looks at me like, good, because I didn't want any affection from you anyway. He can be downright hateful, that one. Trying to remember where I had everything. That's kind of pretty on the back of that paper. But I really like the flower. All right, I'm going to put this down first. Oh, and I wanted to put this sticker on here. So again, we'll fight with the backing paper on this. Our three are door diggers. So all of our door jambs have cat nails marks because, you know, if you go into like the bathroom and they can't get in with you to protect you, it's obviously an emergency that requires scratching at the door because, you know, you're vulnerable in there going to the bathroom. They've got to be there to protect you. And, yeah. Or God forbid, we try to take a shower without a cat in the bathroom. And then if they are in the bathroom already and you're in the shower, of course, then they're trapped. So, you know, you need to hurry up because they're trapped and they've got to get out now. Right now. I probably should have inked the edges, but these are going to be inside frames. So I'm not too worried about that. Ooh. Uh-oh, don't do that. Nope. These glue sticks, they send out strings. I don't get it. I guess I should sign my collage work. Mm-mm. That's one thing about using tissues. The tissue comes off on your finger. Exactly. Our 5 stay, in the house. They're indoor cats. We do have a catio for them, which is our screen porch that we've run the garden fence vertically. Bye, Howie. See you later. And they go out there, but it's so cold right now. I'm going to have to go get a wet cloth because that's driving me crazy. And I don't use these Timmy people very often because I forget I have them. I have the whole big package. And I always forget I have them. Trying to use what I have and get it used up. And everybody's going, good luck with that. They look Hawaiian. Islanders. It needs something right there. No, not mushrooms. I think I do like this potted plant. We're just going to go with it. Potted plant. You have 8 cats? Well, Helen, let me tell you. We have 5 that are ours. And then I've lost count of how many that are outside that I actually feed. The 2 old cats that were the original cats that moved in next door, they're out there. But then they've been turning cats out. And one of the cats, Juanita, I named her. I got her shots. I got her spayed. But then one of her daughters, I couldn't get a hold of her, and she's had a litter of kittens. So there are 3 long-haired kittens outside. There's other cats that they've turned out. One I call Eddie Weirdo because it's got crossed eyes. Its feet do this on the front. And if you pet him, he drools. So, yeah, before the kittens, there were 7. So there's probably 10 cats out there now. It's crazy. Out of control. Crazy madness. So I think that'll look pretty in a frame. And I guess I should sign these somehow. Let's see. This is the pens. And we keep saying we can't save them all, but I'm not going to let them starve to death out there either. So I'm contributing to the problem. And I'll just put 12, 20, 25. Okay, so there's 2 of them. Maybe we'll do the last one this way. Move our glue sheet. And I haven't used any paint or anything on these, but you can use paint and stuff too on them. Make paint marks on them and stick them down. But it's going. And I'm using somebody's painty papers. Let's see, what do we have here? I really liked Journey, but it's not going to fit. I have Good Times. Imagination is the eye of the soul. I really like this gal here. I could almost just cut this down to the size I need. Trim a little bit off one side. Of course, she's going to then be the same direction as what I've already done. No, not going to do it. There's not enough contrast between her and these papers. Stick this down. Might not be able to use her. Might just let that idea go. This is on real glossy. I'm wondering how the glue will stick to it. Yeah, the strays, they do. Once they find out you're a sucker, then then they just like score. We've found home. I do take pity on them. Poor little things. Got tossed out. This one's ending up. I'm going to keep messing with it until I'm happy with how it lays here. You can always trim some off the edge if it goes too far. Sorry, I'm thinking. Think. Got my think on right now. Looking to see what I've got here. Where's that little bag? And we'll start setting some of this stuff back in the bag. Because I'm liking the kind of brownish tones I got going. So I'm thinking the blue needs to go away. And if I go ahead and put it away, then I'll quit looking at it. There's some green. It's just confusing my eyeballs right now. And I don't know why I've stuck all that in an envelope. It was probably a quick cleanup. And yeah, don't need that little picture. All right, kind of liking what we got going here. That toward the back. That on top of that. If you don't want the white paper, you don't want to ink, whatever you pull towards you will leave you a nice cleaner edge. Nope. Okay, I got this. I really like the Be Creative, but it's on such a dark background. I could trim that one smaller. Hey, Pam. This paper's too bright and white, I'm afraid. Sorry, I'm just trying things. Brown needs to come farther over. I think it's the colors in this are throwing my eyeballs off. There was some other mushrooms here. That's going to be see-through. My Think is having trouble. Yeah, this weather is something else. I like the butterfly. And I've got some flowers. What else do I have in flowers? I got this big stamped out mushroom somebody sent me. I need to just decide and commit. Decide and commit. Decide and commit. Good times. Secret garden. Oh dear. Let's look back over here real quick. Because I had these other ladies. No. Okay. Well, I kind of like what's there, so let's start gluing it down and we'll go from there. I didn't use any of my paint. I didn't use anything I pulled out to use. And all right, so the green goes on first. Green first. I left the cap off so the glue is real sticky now. That was my boo-boo. So we'll put this on the edge. Whoops. Oh, and I grabbed that paper again, so I'll have tissue on there. And we'll do this one with the thingamabob to the outside. Okay. All right. And I'm going to put this one on up here. I guess I could sew some of this, with my sewing machine, but I should set up one of the 7 sewing machines for just paper sewing. What do you think? I should do that. The one we call Faye, because that's what's engraved on her front. It must have belonged to a teenager or a woman named Faye. But that's what that sewing machine is. All she does is straight stitch. So I ought to make her my paper sewing. She weighs a ton. She's a big girl. Ooh. Back when sewing machines were made of something real metal, real repairable parts, not this broken plastic stuff that they discontinue the parts, because I've got a sewing machine. Scott had to, he had to make the part because we can't get the part anymore. That was on my quilting machine. Quilter Star. I could order the part from Australia. It's like a $15 part. It would cost me $45 to get it here. So Scott said, let me look at it. And he went digging through his collection of metal bits and stuff, and he formed the part we needed. I'll put that up here. Close enough. And this part will go on top of there. Maybe right up there. Ooh. This part might go better with it, though. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this back the other way. Like so. I'm glad I flipped that over to put glue on. Switch sides. Oh, now it's sticking down. Okay, and then I've got this here. I was going to have that peeking out from a side. I think I'm going to leave it off now. We're going to commit to that spot and say good enough. Okay, and I just saw something here that's a clear sticker. Maybe we could put under the butterfly, put that down, and then put the butterfly on top of it. I do that, and then I look in the screen. Oh, bye, Safia. Lunchtime for Safia. I do kind of like this bit up here. I'm going to stick this down, and then I'll play with where to stick the butterfly. And what I might do is I might, before I do this type of thing again, I might go through and find some book paper or something and just have some of my stuff printed off onto some forms of paper that I could just use for layering. Let's see. Oh gosh. Let's see. That says love letters on it. don't like it covering the shells. Kind of like it at the top. We have these flowers. I like the unity on there. Dee Dee just sent me a bunch of stickers, but I don't know what I did with them. I've put them somewhere safe. Basically, they've been assimilated into my stash. Come on. I know this is a sticker because the back of it's really slick. At least I thought it was a sticker. Maybe not. It's going to be now because I'm just going to take off this layer of paper at the back and put glue on it. Because I didn't think that slick paper would stick. I don't know how Unity would go over where I'm sending this gifting box. But I really like how it looks on here. Should I use it? Say, go ahead, use it. I trimmed it down just a little bit. I like it. I'm going to use it. But the idea really to do these collages like this is to just grab random things that you have. Don't worry so much about whether they actually, will go together. Because when you lay it down to make a copy, you're going to still see some of the shadows from thicker things. Like if I had some other dimensional, like chipboard things that were raised up, like I have on my paper I showed at the beginning. Let me move this. This here is made up of scrapbook paper pieces, cut out words, some just little bits of paper glued down, and some washi tape and some stamped images. These were chipboard butterflies. These are chipboard. But then when you print them and you make a copy, can you see this is the original? These are the copies. It just makes a really cool piece of paper that you can then use for something. So I'm going to go make a copy of the ones that we just made. I need to sign this one here. So these are my collage work using things, random things. So we use these, and I just want to make the copies and then come back and we'll put these in frames, and I'm going to give away a copy, one of the copies, and I'll give you one of those sheets from my original sheet too. So give me just a sec because I want to clear all of this out of the way. Oh man, this is not as easy to clear away as I had hoped it would be. Let's see. Here we go. I can just dump them in there. I'll put these back in the plastic baggie. Tiny pictures. All right, let me go make this copy and I'll be right back. Oh, I should make it. Let me make the copies on a nice piece of cardstock. Cardstock. See, it's some nice pieces of cardstock here. Whoever wins them can do whatever you want with them. Sorry about that. The printer did not like the cardstock. So I'm going to frame these up and then I'll cut these apart and then I'll do a little giveaway and then I'll sign off. So let's put the little 4x4 in here. Make sure I've got it where it's gonna. There we go. That's weird. There it goes. There we go. So there's that one. And then this one has to be hung on the wall because this frame was a little damaged, but it can still hang on a wall. So I have to go that way. And so if you guys want to put, if you're interested in winning my original, a sheet of this, and then these on cardstock, just put a number in between 1 and 50. There's only 12 people in here, so. And if somebody will put a number in for Sophia, that would be awesome. There's a cat hair in there. Imagine that. Okay. And if I remember right, this one has to go in this way, I think. As soon as I get done fighting this. There we go. There we go. So there's that one. And I just think that's pretty. And if nobody likes that one, I will keep it when it comes back home. Hi, Ruth. So I just think those turned out pretty good. I'm going to, this one again will have to just be a hang on the wall one, but that's okay. I will cut these out the best I can. All right, is that everybody that's got a number in? All right, well, we'll do 1 to 100. Everybody's doing higher numbers, but that's okay. I'll just do 1 to 100 instead of 1 to 50. It's okay, it's okay. I'll cut these out and then I'll do the random thing. I'm leaving a little bit past the edge of it just because my cutter kind of sucks and you might have a better cutter that you could even it out. And if you don't mind, that one sheet will be folded. So there's the Unity one. And then this one. And you can trim it down to the 4x4. Let's save these pieces of this heavy cardstock, and I could do something on them another time. All right, let me finished cutting this. And that's that one. So it prints off pretty good. Let me get my phone and I will. Ruth is always here with her little pink gloves. Let's see. All right, random or true number service, random numbers. You're driving me crazy. Why isn't it letting me just open this up? Why is it? There we go. 1 to 100. And we'll generate, and it's 53. Who's on or nearest under? 53. And it looks like Teresa. So Teresa, I will be mailing you these copies. And I know I have your address. Oops. And you can use these however you want. So there's the copies all ready to go. And I'm going to fold this other sheet here to get it to fit in the envelope. I hope that's okay. You're welcome. So I'm going to write Teresa on the drop cloth here. And I will fix that up. So thank you guys for hanging with me. And that gives me a few more things to add to my gift box. And somebody will either take them or they will come back home. So that's all good. All right. So you all have a wonderful day. And I will see you tomorrow at 1:30. Okay? Bye, guys.